Hi there, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. If you caught our digital spotlight session last month, you know we were talking about how this post-COVID selling world is starting to tip back to normalcy. We talked about how customer satisfaction is up, inventory levels are up, incentives are coming back a little bit, as is competition. So what that really means for us is we need to kick those COVID bad habits out the door, and we need to do it now and get back to a more customer service focused selling. And the way that we do that is with having good, well-trained people, having an exceptional, clearly defined process, and being able to measure your results using your technology and tools. Last month, we covered off people. Today, of course, we're going to talk about process. And when you get down into talking about processes, the truth of the matter is it's not really simple to just set a process and say, here it is. Here's the way that we're going to do things. Here's how we're going to capture leads, convert leads, sell leads, communicate after the sale. There's a lot that goes into it, but you want to have a set standardized way of doing things. You can't have everybody just doing it as they please or do what works for you, because that's hard to measure. It's hard to measure those results. It's hard to measure what works and what doesn't when everybody just kind of does their own thing. So you need a set of processes, and even more so, you need your well-trained people to be able to follow the set of processes. So where do you begin with this? Let's start with your new opportunities, new internet leads, new phone ups, whatever it may be. Think to yourself when you're talking about your day one response process, your response strategy. Do you have one in place for starters, or does everybody do their own thing? Does your current day one response strategy, because it's so important we put our best foot forward on day one, does whatever the strategy put in place enable your team to really address and discuss things like price, availability, trade, financing, credit, payments, whatever it may be? Or are there roadblocks and rules put in place that keep us from doing so, that keep us from getting that information to our customers in an easy and convenient fashion? Next, think about your follow-up strategy. What does that look like? Again, do you have one? Is it completely automated, or do you have some sort of set process? Do we personalize that to our customers, each and every our customers' needs and wants? Is it short-term and long-term, or does it fizzle out after a couple of days? Do we use multiple methods of communication in our follow-up process? Most leads, phone ups, walk-ins, whatever, however you get your customers, they're not going to close on day one on the spot, right? It takes multiple touch points. So we do need a follow-up process, and that needs to be clear on what the expectations are to your entire sales team. And then once a customer is sold, what does that after the sale communication process look like? Most likely it's a 1 or 2 day courtesy call, making sure everything is fine and working well with the vehicle, possibly followed by maybe a twice a year happy birthday to the customer and, oh my gosh, can you believe you've owned this vehicle for 2 years? Your vehicle anniversary. Not saying there's anything wrong with those communications, but is that enough to earn loyalty for life from that customer? Probably not, right? So you need a process. You need a process for all of these things. And it certainly can be a little overwhelming. I need a lead follow-up process. I need a response process. I need a unsold showroom process. I need an appointment confirmation process. Oh my gosh, right? It can be a little overwhelming. So here's what I would recommend. Start by pulling a few unsold leads from last month, internet leads, phone ups, showroom, whatever it may be. Start by pulling a few unsold leads and really do a self-reflection audit. Dive into those leads and see what happened and ask yourself, okay, what did we do really well? What could we no doubtingly be doing better going into the future? And then what you want to do is start building a start, stop, continue list. I want to start doing this that we weren't doing before, but I want to start doing this. We need to stop doing these things that we were doing before, and we want to continue doing A, B, and C because we already do those really, really well, and we want to make sure we do that with every single, customer interaction or every single experience. The more you build on your stop, start, continue list, the better processes you're going to be able to create. And when you have good processes, you're going to be able to measure accurate results using your tech and tools. We're going to talk about that last month. Now, if you are just have no idea where to even begin with the start, stop, continue, or like you don't have enough time in the day to go back and take a look at unsold leads and all of those things, please reach out to us here at Merits. We would be absolutely more than happy to help you get started on your start, stop, continue and help you start building a better, more customer friendly, successful process today.